Mia's tiny hands flew to her throat. She tried crying, but no sound came out. She was choking. Max panicked for a moment, whining in distress. He ran to the front door and barked loudly, but Sarah was still outside, too far to hear. Max burst back to Mia. She was turning red. Her eyes filled with terror. She toppled backward, gasping silently like a fish out of water. Max did something nobody could have expected. He wrapped his mouth gently around her torso, not biting, just holding, and lifted her slightly off the ground. Then, he shook her once. Firm, but careful. The marble shot out of her mouth, bouncing across the wooden floor. Mia gasped, the sweetest breath she had ever taken. Max immediately licked her face frantically, whining and nudging her to stay awake. Sarah, still on the phone, heard Max barking like never before. It was not playful. It was desperate. She dropped the call and sprinted inside. Her heart froze. There was Mia lying on the floor, tears streaming, coughing weakly. And there was Max standing protectively over her like a soldier guarding his queen. Sarah collapsed to her knees, scooping Mia into her arms. What happened? She cried, but couldn't stop sobbing long enough to think. Then she saw the marble beside Max's paw. Realization dawned. She stared at Max, tears flooding her eyes. You saved her," she whispered. Max wagged his tail quietly, but his eyes were worried, as if asking, "Is she okay? Did I do right?" Sarah hugged Max tightly with one arm, holding Mia with the other. Later at the hospital, doctors confirmed, if Max hadn't acted, Mia could have suffocated in less than a minute. A neighbor had caught the aftermath on their smart doorbell camera. Max barking, Sarah rushing in, picking Mia up. They posted it online. Within 24 hours, Max became an internet sensation. News channels called him the dog who performed the Heimlich. Furry guardian angel. The hero without words. Millions commented, "We don't deserve dogs. A dog's love is purer than most humans." Sarah and Daniel received messages from all over the world. Families shared their own pet stories. Rescue centers saw an increase in adoptions inspired by Max. Max didn't understand fame. But he understood something greater. Love. Protection. Loyalty. A month later, the mayor of Willow Creek held a public ceremony. Max, wearing a tiny golden medal that read Lifesaver, stood proudly beside Mia. Mia, who now wore matching golden ribbons. As people cheered, Mia clapped her little hands and leaned forward to hug Max's neck. She whispered a single word she had recently learned, "Mama," but this time, she wasn't calling for Mama. She was saying Max. The crowd gasped. Sarah wept openly. Max licked her cheek again, his classic signature of love. Years passed. Mia grew into a bright, confident girl. She told everyone she had a guardian angel disguised as a dog. When she rode her first bike, Max ran beside her. When she had nightmares, Max slept by her bed. When she cried after her first fall, Max placed his paw on her knee and stayed silently until she stopped. Their bond was unbreakable. Time, however, spares no one. When Mia was 12, Max grew old. His fur turned gray. His steps grew slower. One evening, as Mia lay reading beside him, Max rested his head on her lap and looked at her quietly. Tears welled in her eyes. "Don't go, Max," she whispered. He licked her one last time. And closed his eyes. The house went silent without him. But Mia didn't crumble. She stood strong. Because Max had taught her courage, not through words, but through action. That week, Mia asked her parents something unexpected. "Can we adopt another rescue dog?" Not to replace Max, but to honor him. They agreed. Mia chose a shy mixed-breed puppy no one else wanted, trembling in the corner just like Max once did.